Costa Rica is a small Central American country, known for its stunning natural beauty, tropical climate, and relaxed way of life. It has become a popular destination for tourists and expats alike, and in recent years for digital nomads as well. The country borders Nicaragua to the north, Panama to the south, the Caribbean Sea to the east, and the Pacific Ocean to the west. Costa Rica has a population of around 5 million people, with around 2 million living in the capital city of San Jose and the surrounding areas. With many different climate zones and 2 oceans, Costa Rica offers a wide variety of lifestyles, local cultures, and communities. Let's talk about some of the pros and cons of moving to Costa Rica and why it might, or might not be your cup of tea. First, let's talk about the pros of living in Costa Rica. The country is renowned for its biodiversity and stunning natural beauty. It has a variety of landscapes, including beaches, mountains, rainforests, and volcanoes, making it the perfect place for nature lovers. Additionally, the country has a stable political environment and is considered the most well-functioning democracy in Central America. The crime rate, although increasing, is relatively low, especially compared to other countries in the region, making it generally a safe place to live. Another great thing about Costa Rica is its relaxed lifestyle. The country is known for its pura vida culture, which means pure life in Spanish. People in Costa Rica are friendly, welcoming, and laid back, which can make it easy to adjust to life there. Also, the cost of living in Costa Rica is relatively low compared to places like the US or Western Europe. But it has to be noted that the cost of living has increased in recent years, especially when it comes to housing. Another pro is the connectivity. There are daily direct flights to North America and Europe from 2 different airports. Additionally, if you're a remote worker and you work with clients or companies in North America, Costa Rica's time zone is the same as the American Central Standard Time. Costa Rica is home to a big and ever-growing expat and digital nomad community, especially on the northwestern Pacific coast and in the San Jose metro area. Depending on your perspective, this is either a pro or a con, but if you're looking for like-minded people, this will probably help you feel at home quicker. Another pro, at least in my book, is the climate. It's warm and tropical year-round, and if you like it a little cooler, the Central Valley, where the capital is located, is your go-to place. The climate in the Central Valley can be described as eternal spring, sort of similar to Medellin, Colombia. The rainy season in Costa Rica usually lasts from May to November. Rains can be heavy and floods do occur, especially on the southern Pacific coast, but for the most part, the rainy season isn't too bad and it usually only rains for a few hours a day. Next up is healthcare. Costa Rica has one of the leading healthcare systems in the region. Hospitals are well funded and quality of care is high. However, when making the decision to relocate, you will probably want to obtain an international health insurance coverage plan for extra protection. Getting a temporary or permanent residence in Costa Rica is fairly easy, and there are many different ways to do it. Just last year, they finally launched their digital nomad visa for digital entrepreneurs and remote workers. If you earn at least $3,000 a month, you can stay in the country for up to a year and are exempt from any income tax. If you wish to get a permanent residence permit, you can either do that by opening a company, which is not a very hard process, or making an investment, such as buying property. While property prices have increased over the last couple of years, they are still far cheaper than in Europe or the US and Canada. Let's go through some of the cons of living in Costa Rica. First off, we got roads and driving in general. Road conditions can get very bad in certain parts of the country, and you are better off driving a 4x4 with a good suspension. During the rainy season, landslides can wash away entire road sections and you might end up waiting for hours or taking a long detour. Another hazard are aggressive drivers. Sometimes, traffic laws seem to be more of a suggestion than a rule. Another potential con is, things take longer than you might be used to back home. Many people say they want a slow lifestyle, and to them I can say, be careful what you wish for. This goes especially for people who want to do business or build a house in Costa Rica. Contractors might show up late or say mañana. Mañana means tomorrow in Spanish, but it doesn't have to mean they will come tomorrow, it just means not today. This is definitely something you can get used to, but be prepared. Next up is safety. Now, I put safety in the pros as well, because generally, Costa Rica is a safe place to live, especially compared to other countries in the region, but it wouldn't be an honest video if I pretended like there is no crime. With Costa Rica being located on the land bridge connecting South America to North America, drug cartels do operate here and they bring some violence with them. Your main concern, however, are low-level crimes, such as car break-ins and home invasions, which are on the rise. In general though, if you stay out of certain areas you will be fine. We do not recommend moving to the city of Limón or certain parts of San Jose, such as
Alajuelita
or
Desamparados.
So do your research before moving or buying property. As in every country you visit, if you get involved in shady business, you attract shady people. However, all of this is easily avoidable and you will be safe in Costa Rica. Another con are high import fees. Costa Rica has high import fees on foreign goods, especially those considered luxury goods, which can make buying a car very expensive. Next up is the language barrier. Now, personally, I do not really consider this a con, as you should be willing to learn the language when you move to a new country, and Spanish is not a very hard language to learn, but it can make things a little more difficult in the beginning. Nowadays many people do speak English, especially in the tourist area, but learning Spanish will still help you communicate with locals and prevent you from getting ripped off. Another potential con is the fluctuation in tourist numbers, since most tourists are only visiting during the dry seasons. Many tourist towns are quite empty for half the year. So if you're planning to work in tourism or buy rental properties, you should definitely consider this. All in all, Costa Rica is an appealing country to move to if you're looking for a slower pace of life and being surrounded by some of the most beautiful nature on the planet. If you're willing to learn some Spanish and do your research on which area of the country suits you best, you should have a great time in Costa Rica. Internet coverage is generally very good, so digital nomads and remote workers should have no problems. Costa Rica is definitely not the cheapest country on the planet, so be prepared for that and make sure you have enough savings or a decent remote job. If you would like to see a video on the different areas of Costa Rica and the pros and cons for each area, please let us know in the comments. Additionally, we are going to create a free group for people who are interested in moving abroad, where we can share our experiences and network, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, please leave your thoughts in the comments and leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.